Another astonishing development concerning robots looking human. Scientists developed living skin, quote unquote, for robots, and it's quite something. From Talus, the giant bronze automation who guarded the princess Europa in ancient Greek myths, he was supposedly the robot that was in charge of protecting the island of Crete. To Cylons and Terminators, the idea of artificial humans has both fascinated and creeped us out for centuries. And now we're closer than ever, making a robot look remarkably like a human, even with human looking live skin, with the development of living robot skin. This icy looking substance is water repellent, self healing water repellent, and it has a texture just like our own skin because it's actually made of human skin cells. So this thing that the skin that the robots will be wearing will be made of actual human skin cells. Quote, I think living skin is the ultimate solution to give robots the look and touch of living creatures, since it is actually exactly the same material that covers animal bodies. This is what University of Tokyo tissue engineer Shoji Takeuchi says. The researchers successfully coated a three-jointed functioning robot finger with a prototype of this lab-grown skin. The finger, they said, looks slightly sweaty, straight out of the culture medium, says Takeuchi. Since the finger is driven by an electric motor, it's also interesting to hear the clicking sounds of the motor in harmony with a finger that looks just like a real human finger. The previous attempts to graft skin onto robotic surfaces have proven challenging. So University of Tokyo tissue engineer Michio Kawai and colleagues took an approach that allows the skin to mold itself onto the device. Kawai and team explained in their paper, it's difficult to cut, glue, or suture the endpoints of skin equivalent without damaging the soft, fragile tissue. Instead, they dipped the robotic structure into a solution of collagen and dermal fibroblast cells that produce the proteins that form our skin's structural matrix. And these are the main parts of skin's connective tissue. They then coated this primer layer with epidermal cells, keratinocytes, the main component of our outermost skin layer, and without this extra layer, the material would lack water repellence of the same kind that animals have. And in the footage in the links here, the electrostatically charged polystyrene bead sticks to the finger without an epidermis, making it harder for the finger to manipulate, while the gooey material could handle repeated stretching and contracting of the robotic finger movements. It's still much weaker than human skin. The team suggests a greater concentration of collagen in the initial solution, as well as farther maturation of the cells may improve this. And remarkably, this artificial skin can also be healed with a collagen bandage, which the living cells take and integrate into their system to help fill the damage. While the results are quite amazing, the lab-grown tissue is still very limited. It can't last long outside its nutrient solution. Just like our skin, it requires a consistent supply of water to avoid drying out, but the artificial skin layers lack the complicated components of circulatory and sweat gland systems to supply such hydration. Kawai and his colleagues write, building perfusion channels within and beneath the dermis equivalent to mimic blood vessels to supply water, as well as the integration of sweating glands in the skin equivalent, are important directions for future research. They also propose adding nerves and sensors so the lab-made skin can multi-talented, just like ours, serving as both protection and sensory organ. Takeuchi says, we are surprised by how well the skin tissue conforms to the robot surface, but this work is just a first step towards creating robots covered with living skin. The researchers hope making robots appear more human will help us relate to and like them more so they can better communicate with us, serving in the medical, care, and service industries. That is, of course, if we can progress artificial humanoids beyond the uncanny valley. These findings, they said, show the potential of a paradigm shift from traditional robotics to the new schema biohybrid robotics that leverage the advantages of both living material and artificial materials, the researcher said. The research was published in the magazine Matter, and this is on Science Alert by Tessa Komoudouros. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. And of course, this image is the robotic finger covered with living human skin in a nutrient-filled culture medium. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.